Hi, my name's Bill. I love music and I love records, and I want to welcome you to another video that I'm doing for a YouTube channel called Spin and Chatter. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's been watching. I appreciate it. If you could support the channel by hitting like and subscribe, that would be great. Also, feel free to leave a comment. I really like reading the comments and seeing what people have to say. And this is having a lot of fun doing this. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. So today I want to talk about glam punk. And glam punk is what it sounds like. It's a mixture of glam, as far as, looks, you know, heavy makeup, teased hair, things like that, and also punk rock. So when you talk about glam punk, it pretty much all roads lead to the New York Dolls. So the New York Dolls' first album came out in, let me get that in the camera there, came out in 1973 on Mercury. The New York Dolls played proto-punk, and they wore makeup and had an androgynous look to them. So when I was younger, I saw this CD, and I looked at the cover of it, and honest to goodness, I could not tell whether these were male or female band members. Um, so when I bought the CD, I listened to it a few times, and I liked their cover of Pills by Bo Diddley. I liked Personality Crisis. Trash was a great song, but the rest of it took a little while to grow on me. But it was really rewarding listening. And this has a unique distinction of, well, the New York Dolls have a unique distinction of being voted both the worst and the best new band of 1973 in Cream magazine, based on a poll that they ran. My favorite New York Dolls record is actually the second one, the one they did right after this. But the reason I'm profiling this one in this video is because it's just such a monumental album and it was so influential. But the second album is called In Too Much Too Soon, and that was produced by Shadow Morton. And Shadow Morton was known primarily for producing girl groups of the 60s, including the Shangri-Las. And there's a lot of great covers on it. It's the production value was a little bit slicker than on this one. But they're both great records, but my preference would be for the second one. But one thing that's special about my copy of the New York Dolls album is, as you know, I keep my records separate from the jackets because I don't like seam splits. But this is actually a promo copy. So let me see if I can get that close to the camera there. It says promotional copy not for sale. So that's pretty cool. Sorry, it's kind of a one-man operation here, so hopefully that took. But anyway, that's the New York Dolls. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you've heard of the New York Dolls and know all about them, but definitely you can't really talk about glam punk without talking about New York Dolls. So the second one I want to talk about is Trash Brats. This was originally released, I believe, as a cassette only in 1990 on a label called a Detroit Oi punk label called Force Majeure. And it didn't receive an official vinyl release until 2020. And that was done by another Detroit label called I-94 Recordings. So the Trash Brats feature Ricky Rat on guitar. They have kind of that New York Dolls type of vibe to them, just visually. They play kind of like a hybrid of punk rock and roll. So this is a great record. The thing that keeps it from being the perfect Trash Brats record is it's missing one of my favorite Trash Brats songs, and that is called Must Be the Cocaine. But that song, I believe, did not come out until a few years after this came out. So, but Must Be the Cocaine was actually covered by the Candy Snatchers. So one night I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole watching videos of Trash Brats gigs, mostly VHS footage. And I stumbled across an infamous VHS footage of the Trash Brats opening for Kid Rock. And it's just incredible. I mean, the footage was kind of grainy. It was like, 10th generation. But from what I could discern, it reminded me a little bit of Fear's performance in Decline of Western Civilization. Um, the Trash Brats faced a very hostile crowd. From what I watched, I couldn't really tell who started the commotion, but the Trash Brats definitely finished it. They played their set. They didn't take any nonsense from the crowd. They had the attitude, and they definitely backed it up. And it's a crazy, crazy video. Ricky Rat, the guitar player, still is active. He has an active solo career. He came out with a record called Ghosts of Isolation in 2022, and he still performs. So worth checking out. So this is the Trash Brats. So the next record I want to talk about is this one. Degeneration, No Lunch. This came out in 1996 on Columbia Records. It features Jesse Malin on vocals. Jesse Malin was previously in a hardcore punk band in the early 1980s called Heart Attack. So I just want to say that one of my least favorite presentations of a vinyl record is a picture disc. My second least favorite presentation of a vinyl record is probably the 10-inch record. If you've been collecting for a while, you probably have certain quirks and things like that, things you like, things you don't like. And one of the things that just I don't care for is 10-inch records. But if you want this album, this is the way to own it. And not only is it a 10-inch record, it's a double 10-inch that came in a gatefold. So I don't know why they made that decision. Maybe it was like a novelty factor. I know that Ministry Psalm 69 that came out in the early 90s, that was also released as a 10-inch record. Again, I don't know why they made that decision, but the good news is you can get this on vinyl, and the good news is this is just a great, fantastic, incredible record. It's Degeneration's finest moment. There's good production value. Jesse Malin's vocals are just absolutely on fire. There's excellent musicianship, excellent songwriting. It checks all the boxes. And in my opinion, this album, No Lunch, really should have put Degeneration on the map in the 90s. I feel like just it flew undeservedly under the radar. And I think the Hot Topic type of crowd really should have been all over this one. And as is often the case, the vast majority of the American music consuming public kind of missed out on something great. That might be controversial to say, but so be it. The bottom line is this is a great record that really didn't get the recognition it deserved. So after this, Degeneration released 2 more albums and then packed it in after that. Jesse Malin is still functioning primarily as a solo artist, to my knowledge. And I just want to mention that he has had some significant health issues recently, but it's very inspirational because he's still performing, still doing his thing. He's got great things on the horizon. And wish him well because he's just an incredible artist. So that's Degeneration, No Lunch. So there you have it. Those are 3 glam punk albums that I think are definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you again. Thanks.